All right, so this is problem number 2 of the elimination method practice problems. Now, in the elimination method, you always want to have equal and opposite coefficients on one of the set of variables, and in this case we do. The x variable has 0.25 and negative 0.25, so they are equal and opposite, so we could proceed with it just the way it is, but I'm going to choose to multiply each equation through to eliminate the decimals. And in this case, since this goes to the 100th spot, you're going to multiply each equation by 100 if you want to do that. Okay, so if you do that, you got 100 times 0.25 is going to be 25x. 100 times 0.02, if you move that decimal 2 places, or you can multiply by 100 in your calculator, you get 2y. And multiplying 100 times negative 1.8 will give me negative 180. Same thing through on the bottom problem. 100, I'm going to get negative 25x. 100 times 0.75, 75y. 100 times negative 5.5 is negative 550. Now it just maybe looks a little bit nicer. And you want to eliminate the x variable now because it was equal and opposite coefficients by adding the equations. So if I add 25 and negative 25x, that's going to be 0. I add 75y and negative 2y, and I'm going to get 73y. And add negative 180 and negative 550, and I'm going to get negative 730. Okay, now I'm down. I just have a y. I can solve for y, and I'll have that part of the problem. So negative 730 divided by 73 is just going to be negative 10. Okay, so now you have half of the problem done. You know what the y is that would satisfy both of those. Now all you need to do is just take that y and substitute it into one of the equations, and then you can solve for x. You can choose to put it in one of the ones with the decimals, or I might just put it right in this one right here that I had already eliminated the decimals in. So I'm going to substitute negative 10 for the y up here. So I get 25x subtract 2. I'm going to put the negative 10 in for the y. I get negative 10 was 180. So now I have 25x plus 20 equals 180. Subtract 20 from both sides. I get 25x equals negative 200. Divide by 25. Divide by 25, and you get x equals, in this case, negative 8. Okay, so now you have what your y equals, what your x equals. If you want to write that in your solution notation, okay, you want to write the x first and then the y. Now, it's always a good idea to go back in and check this x and y back in the other equation. Remember, I substituted and used this one. Now I'm going to try this one to double check. So if I take negative 25 from right here and substitute in negative 8, and then add 75 times negative 10 to equal negative 550. Okay, so if you take a look at negative 25 times negative 8, that is going to be 200. 75 times negative 10 is going to be negative 750 equals negative 550. 200 subtract negative 750. Okay, so what this does is gives me that check that says, yeah, both of these x's and y's work in both of these equations, so this is my final answer.